Hey guys, Michael G here. Today we are going over the gun type offset tight end formation. We're going to do a full maze scheme on this, guys, and we're going to get started with a fun little tip. So basically, this is a one tight end, three receiver, one running back formation where one tight end on the field here on the right, three receivers, and a running back. If you do want to run us with four tight ends, you can. If you press the right stick to the right, you will be able to do the halfback one package, as you can see right there at the bottom of the screen. And then that will allow you to now I have four receivers in the formation. So if you want to run strictly tight, I do recommend that, so you can have four receivers there. So the first thing I wanted to show you guys here is PA shot scenes. I think this is one of, if not the best play in the game. And we're going to call this versus cover 3 to start. But you can call this for pretty much any coverage. As you can see here, what we're going to do is put a short side corner out on our outside receiver. So right here we have X, right? If we were on the other side of the field, we would put it on B. But I like this as a short side of the field, so the ball is on the left hash. We want our corner running to the left hash. Reason being is because it's on the short side of the field, it will get underneath this outside third every time, right? I'll show you guys this play here one more time versus cover 3. Boom. One thing, too, I want to note is the play action. I like running to the left side when I can because the play action is a little faster between the quarterback and the running back. If you ran the opposite way, it would take a little longer between that exchange, so that's why I like doing it to this side of the field. Another alternative that you can do is like for score 3, you can throw the seam here to Tony Gonzalez. It'll get a nice little window in between that vert hook and middle third. Another way you can bomb it is something like this with a streak here from the outside streak of a corner out. This will also take out the outside third, and you can throw the deep corner out pretty late here, as you can see. It will. The only problem with that one is that it takes a little more time to develop there. But you can do something like that. And another thing I like to do too on this right side of the field is doing some underneath routes. Set up like this, for example, is really good to attack underneath in case they do a good job of like lurking that stuff. But as you can see here, like this is all day long with this deep corner route. So those are two ways to attack cover 3 with it. I'll show you guys versus. So that's versus cover 3, obviously. Versus cover 2 here. Let's get into here. Same idea. Except I don't really like the streak set that much. This is fine. And the beautiful part about this, guys, especially for the short side of the field, this deep corner out will bomb this half pretty easily. You see like how the half just like doesn't play it, and we have basically a touchdown there, or not like a 30-40 yard gain. Again, it takes a little time for these deep corner outs, but that's why this play is so good. It's because of this deep corner out here from Y. Like that is why we call the play. Boom. The half does not play it. They have to outside third. And then from there we can do a streak to pull it. So it's one of the best bombs in the game, guys. To bomb cover 2, it really is. But again, that's gonna be our main read. We can also bomb the streak down the middle if we want it. If it is just stock cover 2. So again, we can have like multiple bombs here. One thing I also want to mention is drive corner has the. So basically, we call this play because of the Y corner out. As you see, it's a deep corner out here on the left side of the field back here more. Drive corner is the same exact corner route. So if you are running a different playbook than I am, this is the Saints playbook. But if you are running a different one, you can call drive corner. It'll be the same idea here. And you can call pretty much the same play out of it. But like I said, we're bombing this half, guys, all day long for just a walk in the park. So versus cover 4, same type of thing as cover 3. So I won't get into cover 4 just because we're also just going to be throwing that corner out. We're just running straight to pull out the outside blue. I will show you guys this though versus man coverage. This is where short in is really, really key, guys. That way, you can trust that these routes will fry. But we're really looking at this corner set, the first corner set with a slot apprentice here. That way, we kind of have two. This deep corner and this short corner will do both. Both will beat man. I'll also again like this underneath stuff that I was talking about too. Just something to mix in if they start lurking this deep corner route. I love this setup as well because we can throw the drag, we can throw the slant here. All are open. But again, like this is where short and elite or route taking receivers versus man coverage will be key because we can throw both these corners on the left side of the field. I'll show you the first one. Here's the second one right here. Boom. It's a laser. You guys see it. So yeah, both are great balls to throw. And that's kind of it versus man coverage, guys. And that's kind of the first play. One of the best plays of the game. It bounces cover 3, cover 2. It will work for cover 4, man coverage. So let's get into play number 2 here, which is going to be a Saints in. And I love this play. One of my favorite plays from Saints as well. The reason why is because this deep post here from B will do a great job getting underneath blue. So like an example that I like to run right here is something like this. I'll show you guys right here with cover 3. You don't even really need a pull. You can just throw this B receiver without a streak to clear out the blue because it's such a nice route. We'll also do a consistent job of being man coverage, which I will show you guys here shortly. But for cover 3, we can throw one of our slants as well underneath these vert hooks. Boom. We can throw that like that is, especially if they go maybe user the post. We can throw to the spot that they're supposed to be using with one of those slants. And then this corner route as well will get over these flats underneath this outside blue here. Boom. For a nice little dot. I will also show you guys this here, verse cover 2, but it is the same idea. We're going to be looking, this maybe we'll do a decent job at playing this post. So we're really going to be looking at one of our slants here. As you see, the maybe is going to kind of bag it. So we're going to be looking at one of our slants to kind of throw underneath the cloud flat. It's kind of like a drag. I'll show you guys again. Again, I don't love this verse cover 2, but you can squeeze in this corner out if you do have a little time here. It will get into a nice window. But again, I don't love to play versus cover 2. It really is a play that I love versus cover 3, cover 4, because when the safeties are the ones playing over the middle and not that linebacker, like linebacker and Mirage are going to do a good job playing that post, but if it's like an inside quarter or third that we're trying to get under, I love that play. And this play, guys, also might be maybe the best, one of, if not the best man beater here. I'll show it to you guys here versus man. But literally everything is open here versus man coverage, guys. Both slants are going to fry. Boom. The other one fried too. And this again, short in a route tech here helps on this. But this setup here, every route is going to fry man coverage. This corner route here, boom. Easy dot, right? Over that. Again, I like highballing it just to make sure it gets over that DB. But again here, why we call this play the Saints in post, a very consistent man beater that you can rely on. Boom, you see the route tech light up. It gets underneath the half. Same idea, guys, there's cover 1 and cover 0. Just really great man beater. And again, so Saints in. We'll see you guys in for cover 3, cover 4, same idea. Cover 2, and then man coverage, guys. It's just going to fry. I think it's really underrated playing Saints. Chargers has the same play, but it's another reason, too, why I love Saints type specifically because of that Saints in post. The third play we're going to go over, guys, is Saints spot shake. And we're going to go against a press man defense here just to kind of give you an example of what I'm trying to talk about here versus man coverage. So, with this play versus man, you can do a couple different setups. But the main thing here is watch this wheel from A, right? Look at this Tony Gonzalez wheel. I mentioned before in previous videos how unless the opponent shades underneath with their man coverage and it is a press man look, you can throw these wheel routes on the break like with ease. So like right here, like same thing. Not on the break, but like you can just quick throw it and and as long as you have the set feed leader, pass leader ability, the DB will never react to this ball. So this is like one step I like to do versus man. We can have other man beaters here as well. I will show you some other man beaters that we can do from a combination standpoint. Versus man, I really like this setup right here. We have like a slant post setup here. And then you can either throw the slant or the post. Both will do a good job getting open. Right there, I'm going to take the post. And then the slant gets open as well. I'll show you guys the slant, and then I'll show you one other route that I really like with this play man. So obviously we have, like I said, the wheel from the slot from Tony Gonzalez will get open every play versus man coverage versus press man. Our slant is just going to fry here as well once it gets past that vert hook from that cover 1 defense. And I'll also show you guys the wheel. Now the cool part about the wheel is it's a wider wheel. You see how this wheel from Leon Sandcastle kind of runs outside of the numbers and like all the way to the sideline. When I do like a hot route wheel, you see how much shallower it is compared to the regular one? Like look how wide versus how shallow it is. So like I can do the same play, and the nice thing about that, guys, is I can throw this ball to like the outside, and it's an easy like 10 yards every time. And another thing too with man coverage, usually the user responsibility is the running back. So if that's the case, they really have to take a wider angle, a way wider of an angle to guard this ball. It's really just a route that the opponent has to commit to. So like we can throw it all day long. It's just an easy check down, something that the defense has to respect. But I will get into this play, guys, versus zone. We'll go against like a cover 3 look. It's kind of the same idea. I'll show you like another setup too that I like for zone specifically. But we'll go back to shade spot shake here. We will go versus a cover 3 defense here to start. One thing I like to do, guys, with this is a setup where the running back's on the short side of the field. So I'm on the left hash, running back's on the left with me. And then a setup like this with a corner out. What's to do versus cover 3 is there are a lot. We can throw pretty much every pass versus cover 3. Like we throw every route. We can throw a seam up the middle if they don't bring their safety in the box, or if they don't have his own KO there. We can take advantage of that versus cover 3. Another thing we take advantage of is like, so the other seam, same thing. We can also throw our running back, again, It works versus man and versus zone. It's just a great checkdown option that's better than a regular wheel route that we can use to our advantage every play. We can also throw this corner route. This Y streak will pull the outside third, which allows us to throw this corner route just like that in a nice little pocket right there. The last ball I'll show you guys from this first cover 3 is this flat that I was talking about, this Tony Gonzalez wheel route. We can throw it as a flat, and unless they have like a hard flat there or a 0-yard zone drop adjustment, this flat is going to be open all day long. When you combine this play, guys, with like PA shot seams, this play does such a good job of just attacking routes underneath, and it really allows us to attack both the flats and down the field. And that's why I love Bell Saints playbook, is that every part of the field does get manipulated based on what play we call from this tight offset tight end formation. So I'll show you it for versus cover 2 as well, just to show you same idea. We're still getting our flats, our corner route. And I can even, like, the post slant setup is nice. I like it better versus man coverage, but you can still run the post slant setup here that I mentioned. Something like this is fine. Both our flats are still going to be open here that we can throw just like a check down. Again, it's just a nice quick throw, and it's just really hard. It just makes the opponent just have to respect the flat is the thing with it. And then this line will be open as well. Back and I'll show you, like, again, obviously the wide wheel we have. Again, this gets to a really nice spot that a regular wheel does not get to for a check down option. And then we're also going to have our slant post here that's going to get underneath the vert hooks that we can throw. So slant post is fine, but also I'll show you the corner setup here versus cover 2. Cover 4 is the same as cover 3, so I won't get into it again versus cover 4. But cover 2, you can throw either the wheel or we can fit this corner out in over the top. Both work. But again, it's kind of green check down here. And then we also take our wheel route late for a nice gain as well. So Saints spot shake, guys. Love the play. Does a great job attacking both man and zone. The last play I want to show you guys here is Saints spot. We're going to go against a cover 3 to start. But this is a step I like a lot versus zone. The reason being is we're going to have a great high-low here to the wide side of the field. Then we're going to have a backside curl that the user has to respect. If we have time, as you can see, this corner out is wide open for a dot. And I love this corner out because it does a great job of getting over curl flats, cloud flats, etc. They have to have a really deep zone drop to play this corner route. And we also have a great check down underneath here. If we want to take our drag, we take our drag. It's an easy 8 yards there. But if we do have time, we want to throw this corner out. And then the backside curl is not going to be open versus CPU here. But in case they are using the left side of the field, this curl makes them have to respect it, so they can't user this. So if they maybe go user the corner, we should be able to throw the curl. If they go user the curl, we can throw the corner, which is what we want to do. Boom, you guys see it. It's a nice dot versus cover 3. I'll show you it versus cover 2. Cover 4 again, same idea as cover 3, so I won't get into it versus cover 4. Again, we're just motioning out the streak here to the wide side of the field just to pull the outside blues, whether it's the outside quarter, outside third, outside half, etc. That's what that streak's supposed to do. Versus cover 2, it's going to be the same thing. The cloud will do a little better of a job playing this versus cover 2. So if we do have to take our check down, if we don't have time to throw this, we will take our check down. But if we can't throw the corner out, great, right? It fits in a great window over top of the cloud, underneath the deep half. But if we can't throw it, also not a problem at all. I'll show you guys this up here one more time. Versus cover 2, but you guys get the idea. We also have our drag if we can't throw the corner. It's kind of just a judgment call for you guys. If you think you can throw the corner out in time, I will throw it. If you cannot throw it, not a problem at all. So we will get into this now versus man coverage. Same thing, I'm just going to run to the opposite side of the field just so you know it works both sides of the field. One step I like to do, instead of our curl setup right here, because the curl setup won't do a great job versus man, I like running a setup like this. So instead of a curl, we have like a post. Now instead of having 2 man beers with a drag in the corner, we now have 3 because of the post. So we can throw all these different routes. We can throw the post route like that easily. We can throw a drag underneath, and we can also throw our corner route. But again, everything is the same versus man covers, except we are going to have a post here instead of a curl on our backside receiver. So boom, the corner route's going to do a great job at frying, as you can see right there. It's a great man beer. That's what I love about it too. It does a great job of getting over zones, and it does a great job of being man, which is why I like this play so much. And here's the setup again right here. And we also are going to have a drag right here as a check down. If they do like a good job of like guarding the flats, etc. we will have our drag there as a throw. Again, not the sexiest throw. We don't want to have to throw the drag. We like to throw our corner or our post route here. Saints bye, guys. I'll show you to you one more time here versus main course. We get the idea. Just a great fourth play here we can add to shot seams, Saints in, and spot shake. To really like it just stresses again all these plays, guys. They beat cover 4, cover 2, cover 3, man coverage, etc. What I'm gonna do right here is actually I'm gonna respot the ball. That way we can show you a red zone dot too out of this. So the red zone dot, guys, I'm just gonna mix this in just in case you get, because obviously these routes won't work when they are inside the like the 10-5 yard line, right? Routes don't run the same. The area gets smaller. So therefore, we need a red zone dot. Let's say from like the 4-3 yard line, just to be able to score down here, right? Because that can sometimes that can difference between winning and losing games, right? I feel like you gotta get 7 instead of 3, especially man 23. So this is our red zone dot, guys. You can call us from any play in tight also tight end. It's literally just 2 flats, 2 slants. Everything is hot routed, but both slants are gonna get open versus man and zone. As you see right there, A fits in a great window there for a touchdown. So this slant will get open the same way versus zone. This is just a cover 3 look that we're going against here. But both slants will get open. The flats will do a good job at pulling. The flat routes from Moss and Carter will do a good job at pulling any curl flat zones, any cloud flat zones. They'll put them all to the sideline and allows us to put a nice window here with the slant. It's right there. I show you both slants. We're looking at whatever slant they don't use here, we're going to throw. I'll show you guys just quickly here versus man coverage as well. Both slants will also be man. They get in the sweet spot versus zone, and they also be man. So you can call us literally on any play. I can call this out of Saints drive out if I want, or Saints or slide outs. And then we're going to go against some man coverage look here, just to show you that it will beat both man and zone. Boom, same play. Block your running back here. And we're throwing either slant. Again, whatever slant they don't use or we throw, both are open. I'll show you the other slant here just to show you that both will indeed fry. Never looking for a flat here to throw. The flat just acts simply as a decoy or a pull route to allow the slants to get open. But I'll show you the other slant here as well. Both are going to do a great job at frying. Easy touchdowns, right? My favorite red zone play, that's usually my go-to red zone play. So if you're at like 5-4-3 yard line and a run's not working, that's a great play to go to. But what we will do next is I will show you guys the runs here. So Saints has from this gun tight off a tight end formation. I'm just gonna respot the ball here, but when I respot the ball, I'll explain to you guys these runs. The biggest thing, guys, with this is we are a pass-first offense with Saints, right? This main scheme is focusing on passing ball first. But however, if they come out with formations like, for example, like Dollar, where there's one less guy for the run, we're going to take advantage of that by running this inside zone and 0-1 trap. Those are the 2 runs that we will call from this formation, inside zone and 0-1 trap. Again, running it, I like personally to the left because that'll be a faster handoff with my quarterback. But again, guys, you see it. I'm getting like an easy 7-8 yards here. That's all we want. It's again, these aren't the sexiest runs in the world. These runs will not, very rarely, unless they pass commit, very rarely will these runs be a crib shot. But the idea is that if they start pass committing or they start playing really pass heavy defense, we want to be able to have some runs that we can mix in that are not going to get blown up in the backfield, and that we can get a respectable 7-8 yard from. Maybe it's like a 3rd and 1, 3rd and inches, and you just need to move the chains. And they don't pinch their line or they don't have more people in the box for the run. We want to run these inside zone and 0-1 traps just to make them respected. So I have to show you like inside zone there, has been pretty successful so far. I'll show you this 0-1 trap as well. I do like doubling the D-tackle from time to time in case they have the inside stuff there. So that's something to check for abilities. If they have the inside stuff, we want to double team him so he does not instantly shed us. But again, the 0-1 trap here and the inside zone are both nice. Again, we're getting consistently 5-6 yards from these runs. That's all we really want, guys. It's just something where if they start pass committing, we want to mix in these because that will get us even more yards. Or if they start like spreading their line, sending coverage, etc., stuff like that, we want to just mix in these runs or play like really passive defense. We just want to mix in these runs, guys, to make them respected. That's really what these runs are for. They're not the sexiest runs in the world, but again, you guys can see I've ran inside zone 0-1 trap here about 5-6 times a pop. And we are getting the blocking is great, and we are able to get easy yards. They're not 6 runs in the world. You're not going to run. You're not going to get 60 yards a carry with these runs. But it's just the idea of making the opponent respect that, and we can get an easy, respectable game here with these runs, guys. So if you guys enjoyed that, if you found some stuff from the Saints gun touchdown to tight end that you could add to your game, be sure to check out SwillGG for our full schemes to the highest level of Madden. Links to websites in the description. Use code GG at checkout for 20% off your next order.